You know what? We had a conversation yesterday, Robert, and some of the things you hinted on were interesting because they were kind of not what I was expecting you to say. But I was like, you know what? This definitely is something that should be put out there. So can you kind of give us your thoughts on all of the violence occurring and, of course, how it's being shown in the media?
Yeah, well, I think that what happened with the shootings over the weekend is definitely not depressing for sure, right? But we also have to keep in light of like the medium itself, because I just heard this morning that there were actually 11 different shootings across Toronto over the last 3 days.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes, we have to keep in mind that oftentimes the media focuses on blacks who commit crime, and once again, I repeat, blacks, like individual black people committing crime. And meanwhile, back at the ranch on page 9 of the Toronto Sun, on the, deep in the internet, there's all of these images of like white people committing crimes every day that are not focused on, right?
Okay.
And we also have to be mindful of that. And also, we also have to keep in mind that as a community, right, that while, yes, these people are people within our community, but they're not symbolic of our community as a whole.
That's true.
Right? And oppressed people in a racist society are always made to feel like individual people that are bad are somehow symbolic of that community. Meanwhile, the million people in our community that went along their day yesterday and over the weekend that didn't do nothing are not symbolic of that community. So you have a million people in the black community that did nothing over the weekend, but you have 2 or 3 that did do something, and somehow those 2 are symbolic of the actions of...
Greetings, and greetings.
Mr. Robert Small. You know what? Honestly, first of all, I guess we should start with our welcome. Welcome, everybody. I look far from you, Bridget. Come.
Are you all right?
Let's move in a little bit.
Do I hold on.
No, come. You bathe.
Sure.
I was watching. Come. Come. Pull in.
Why not? Come on.
Welcome, guys. You ready now?
Yes, I am.
You're good?
Yes.
Welcome, guys. We should have done it ahead of time, but you know us. You're lucky you got us on time. I think we actually started late today, too. See? So all this is expected. You guys, isn't that terrible?
410 traffic.
410. I will go back to blaming the 410.
Even though they open up the lanes, it's still the same.
I know. We have there's 8 lanes on 410, and there's still traffic. Who knew? Welcome, guys, for those who are not sitting in 410 traffic. To here to help you. And if you are sitting in 410 and you get home, you get to watch us after.
Hopefully we'll be as soothing as the music that you listen to on the 410 traffic.
Mine wasn't. I was turned up today. No, I'm turned up because, we're going to be, I'm going to call it a transition show. Okay?
For lack of better words, yeah.
Yeah, it's a transition show. I wanted to pull up a few of the guests that we've had here because I was saying to our guest that's here today that one thing we've done with this show, Dave, and I'm very happy that you're along this journey with me, is we have marked great people in Toronto in history on this show.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
We've had... Who haven't we had? I think there's very few people who have not been on this show.
Very true.
And I mean, we're not talking, everyone is important. But there's some people out there that are doing some things. They're working. And the fact that we even get a moment of their time for them to take that moment to come in and sit with us, most honored.
Yes.
Sometimes they can't. Mr. Robert Small's a very busy man.
So he calls in.
Just good. We're happy with a call in. You took a moment to call in. Actually, let's do a quick run through. I want them to see some of the other shows. I just pulled out because I think that they did stand out. We had a young lady, Miss Atita. I'll actually show you that video next.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember the countdown. Oh, we picked the right one too.
I eat that. You know, no more evidence. Boom, bang, get it. Art.
So we're all sitting back here like that can't be good for your skin. But on that note, Atita, thank you for talking about the self-love because when I was doing some research on this, let me go through some of the videos that I found, okay? And I'm going to tell you the views they have, which shows you how deep this problem runs in our community. So And mind you, this is not for you guys to go out and find these products, okay? It's not. So, how to lighten your skin bleaching before and after. It's a video, softandmoistcosmetics.com.
Oh, wow.
It has 10K views by the Divine Goddess, okay? So she tells you how to do it properly. Then there's another video, how to lighten your skin, and they show the before and after with Mr. Frank White, who clearly needs some help. And he has skincare testimonials. He's at 74K views, okay? This is what's happening here. Now, skin whitening update was another video I found, how to bleach your skin fast with hydrogen peroxide. Same idiot, Frank White. That had 1.1 million views. All right? 15 minutes skin whitening foaming facial bleach.
Oh, wow.
Get fairer and tighter skin. 100% natural. First of all, idiot.
You can't get tighter skin than dark skin, so don't even try.
Natural is what your skin looks like now, stupid. But this is Arpita, and this is actually an Indian lady. So,
Oh, wow.
talking back that again, 5.3 million views, okay? My last one is, oh no, I have two more. How I bleached my skin using almond milk. Story time. So she made a story out of it. It's so cute. 204K views, all right? Immediate skin lightening, how to use bleach, skincare routine. So there's an actual routine to this. I didn't realize. I used to use black soap. Super Princess Joe, that's her page, and she was at 3.7 million views,
That's
guys.
ridiculous. It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Guys.
That's ridiculous. You know, can I just say
So actually, we were just talking behind here. We're showing these clips to kind of show you guys what we have been doing on this show.
That's right.
What we have been documenting. And the topic of colorism and shadism,
It's always going to be a serious topic,
That's
very
not-
emotional topic.
that's not going anywhere.
No, I mean it's they've still done a number and understand we still show the effects of regards to what the psychological trauma has been. So,
And that's what that show was about. Remember, we always have a teaching aspect to our show. So yes, we were talking about the pain of it, but we were explaining why that pain is,
yes,
right? Why that's such an issue. So kind of cool.
yes, very
So
true.
we've also had a lot of elders on our show. We don't have too much time left in this segment, but I do want to speak about one very quickly. I have a picture of him, and this is Elder Williams. So this man is important because anyone who knows anything about comedy, any comedian you know,
Pick one.
passed through this man's hands.
Pick one,
So pick any
Pick
of them.
any of them.
Just throw a name, and he had to pass.
even
through
the dead
him.
ones.
Even the dead ones. Bernie Mac. Like, all of them have passed through this man's hands. So it's a man that I don't believe is getting the credit he deserves. But I want to always.
I can't wait for the book.
Yeah, he's writing.
I can't wait for the book.
He's writing right now. And I'm excited because he's about to tell some stories where he's already let me in on a few. Then I'm just like, are you dropping that in the book?
I'm just happy, the phone's on speaker when the stories come out.
Yeah.
Right, so that I can go ahead and listen in the background as well.
They're fun. So, Elder, thank you
Give
for
thanks.
taking the time again. You took a moment and called us in. And we have one more Elder who did the same.
Mm-hmm.
Again, marking history here. This is what we've done. I'm only leading up to the fact that we're about to mark history again with our next guest. That's all I'm leading up to. Is I'm just like, you guys weren't ready. You weren't ready.
I'm sure they'll be now.
They'll be ready when they see them. Like, how did they get him? Believe me, I had to be patient. Anyhow, let's drop this. Our last Elder, who we give a lot of thanks to for taking the time and for, again, like just giving us the direction we need, even here on the show.
Yeah, man, original soldier for the cause. Uncle Louie.
Uncle Louie, see you guys soon. Hello?
Greetings.
Yep, I'm hearing the greetings, but it sounds faint. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's not as loud as I'd like, but maybe it's age,
Uncle Louie, greetings. How are you, sir?
It's been a very hot day.
Yeah, I can
I'm
imagine.
not only speaking about the weather.
Hi, Uncle Louie.
Hello, my friend. It's been a long time.
How are you doing?
Keeping busy. Like, this is non-stop, the work that we do, right?
Yes, especially with the work that you do. So what's happening out there?
You know what? Everybody's getting all excited, even though we told them it was about to happen. Everybody was turning a blind eye. They were ignoring, denying, running around telling us how safe the city was. And the numbers were not telling us the same story. there's a scene in Jaws, the movie, you know, the one with the big shark,
Yes.
Yeah.
where the mayor is running around the city along the beach, telling everybody how safe the water was, while the big jumbo shark was out there just waiting for its next meal. The experts were telling him that it's not safe to get the people out of the water.
Right.
And the mayor kept saying, no, it's safe. It reminds me of what's going on in Toronto right now. We have a mayor running around telling everybody how safe the city is. And I can understand why he's saying that. But the facts were not telling him the same story.
Mm.
And he was either denying the crisis that was taking place, ignoring it, or hoping and wishing it away. And
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Somewhere in your life, someone has been telling you that you're not good enough. Whether it be overtly or through subtlety, you've been receiving the messages that the things you do in your life don't matter. And the sad thing is that the more you hear these messages, is the more it penetrates your minds and starts to become the makeup of who you are. Right now, this is when we interrupt the story that we've been telling ourselves. Understand it, that within you right now, you have what it takes to be successful. You have the capability of creating. You have the ability to be great. Please know and recognize that you are created to do some amazing things in this world, but that will only happen when you disrupt the story that you've been telling yourself.
Wow. Really? That's a finger in the ear?
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
It says, disrupt the story you've been telling yourself. I was telling myself I had to be serious, so I disrupted that. That's what I did. I listened to the video.
For real.
So,
Man, you know what? Like, I'm very happy we actually got a chance to go ahead and do this.
Yes.
Right? We've been trying to do this for such a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, for those who don't know, this is my high school brethren. Rexdale Zone, Jeff Martin.
Oh, man. Much appreciated. I'm so happy that we can finally get this done, like
Yeah,
you
man.
said. And there's been some uphill and downhill stuff been going on, but I finally was able to finish this project. And I didn't want to come on until I was able to finish this project, this book you have in front of you.
I know, when
can I ask a question? Why is it whenever Rexdale people come together, I feel so ostracized?
You know what? Here's what we should do. We should put you right in the middle.
Right.
Right? So that way, you know what? Like,
Because I feel ostracized. It was like, Rexdale, yep, all day. We're just going to talk now. Your whole thing turned away from me, Dave. Like, I'm not even here.
Hold on. Listen,
I will be part of the conversation.
Go on.
You're in. Absolutely, you're in.
Okay, thank you. So, Jeff, thank you for coming to the show. It took
Thank
a
you for
long time
having
to
me.
get you here, Jeff, honestly, and I'm happy that you're here because just with the videos, like I was saying to Dave, it was so easy to find material on you. I'm just like, you're one of those guests. It's so easy. It's just
Oh, man.
go on his Facebook page. Just pick one. I don't have to be searching. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for this. Much appreciated, for sure.
So what took you so long to come on, guy?
So I've been working on a number of different projects. I have my hands in so many pots. And one of the things I really wanted to get out is this book, Brothers from the Six, Sisters from the Six, Role Models in My Community. It is a children's book that I've been working on for about two and a half years.
2.5 years.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And
boy.
the
Wow.
whole idea is that, you know, I'm a motivational speaker and I have an opportunity, I'm blessed with the opportunity to go into different schools, elementary schools, all the way to colleges and universities.
Right.
And one of the things that I found with younger kids is that oftentimes they don't have an opportunity to see role models, people who look like them, who are doing real fantastic things. You ask these kids sometimes, what do you want to be when you grow up, when you get older? I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a rapper. Because that's what they're exposed to.
Right.
They don't have an opportunity sometimes to see the doctor, to see the lawyer, to see the judge, to see the dentist. And I wanted to get people who are in our community, people who grew up in their neighborhoods, who have had very similar backgrounds, but have found a level of success. So our children can look at them and say, this is who I want to become, and they're reachable.
Right.
I can speak to them, I can email them, I can talk to them because they're from my community. And because they found a level of success, these kids have to know that they can find it as well.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome story. You know what? I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding the book specifically. How hard was it to leave a few people out of the book? Because I'm pretty sure you came across a number of people, right? Talented,
Absolutely.
wonderful people that this could easily be like a 4 or 5 or even, you know, a 6-volume work.
Absolutely.
Right.
And no one's saying it's not. You know what I'm saying? This is the first of many. I can tell you that.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. If you are involved in the city, you know what's going on in the city. You know that we have a lot of people who have found a level of success. You know a lot of people who have gone out there and do some real wonderful things every single day. And so yeah, it was difficult because the book can only be so long. And so initially I was thinking about doing one side, a brother's side, and I thought about doing 2 separate books. So ultimately I've combined the books so nobody's left behind, because
Right.
it's important for our boys to see what the women are doing,
Yes.
and for the girls to see what the men are doing, and so forth. Because there's no job that's neither side can do. We can do anything we want to do. So yes, there's so many successful people out there. So it was really difficult to handpick who would be in the book. But yes, book 2, book 3, book 4, who knows? But there's so many other people that I have in mind that I would love for our children to see, so they can reach that level of success as well.
Anyone in their feelings? Because you didn't want to put them in the book, and you're like, yeah, don't worry, book 2.
You know what? I did get a couple phone calls saying, yo, Jeff, how come I couldn't make the book? You know what I mean? But there were some people I had in mind, but I didn't let them know until I actually finalized the list myself, and my wife, of course. We went through and made sure everything was good before we approached them, because the last thing you want to do is saying, yo, I want you in my book, and you turn around and be like, yo, you didn't make the cut, right? I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So, but yeah, it was definitely a hard process, because we do have so many successful people out there, and I don't want any child or adult that reads this book to know or to believe that these are the only people out there. We know there are people doing some amazing things, architects, and just so many other jobs that just weren't able to make the book.
Right.
You know what though? What is cool? I love how you did make it 2-sided. It's ingenious. You don't have to have 2 separate books.
Right. Yes.
Right. And it is. I think it's good that little kids know that they can do, not kids because they're not goats. That children realize. But honestly, on a real note, a kid is a baby goat.
Baby goat.
Stop calling your children kids. That children understand that you can do both. So when it came to with the selection process, kind of going off of your question, Dave, how did you know which ones? How did you come to that final deciding factor on you're going to be in this book? For at least the first one, because you can do many of these.
Yes.
That's the excellent part of this. This can keep going.
Absolutely.
And going
yes.
and going.
And different cities as well. I started with Toronto because that's where we are.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. There's different cities that can be looked at as well. But the reason why I went with some of these jobs is I actually did some research on this. And so I looked at some of the jobs that children gravitate to at an early age. And so I did go with some of the traditional ones like a police officer and firefighter, because oftentimes at a younger age, children see them. They see them as heroes.
Right.
And so I made sure I put some of those in there. But again, people from our community who are doing those jobs.
Right.
I also did a little bit more in terms of ensuring that I wasn't doing my best anyway to ensuring there was no stereotype. So for example, there's a chef that's represented on the male side. Okay. Because society says that it's women who are in the kitchen, it's women who are working in the kitchen. But there's men who are chefs and are successful at it as well. And I wanted the young boys to see that was a path that they could take. And on the flip side, every young boy wants to be a basketball player. They want to be the next LeBron James, the next Stephen Curry. But I flipped it and I put that a basketball player, the athlete, on the girls' side,
right.
Purposely to show our young women, our young queens, that they have the ability to become athletes. And absolutely, absolutely, whatever that sport is for them, they can be that person and represent Canada in the Olympics, if even.
That's right.
It's amazing, man.
I like it.
So, thank you very much.
Tell us what type of work. Sorry, Dave, you're gonna ask a question. I'll come out of red sales. I've imposed myself enough. I'm done.
How hard was it to choose an illustrator?
The illustrator was a daunting task because you want to be able to get someone who can see your vision.
Right.
I draw a little bit back in the day as a kid, but I don't think I had what it takes to actually put this book together.
Right.
So finding someone who can actually put my vision together, what I was looking for with every page down to every single detail. I did have somebody, and it didn't really work out the way I was hoping to. So then I had to find somebody new. And so that was some of the ups and downs when I was in contact with you guys saying, okay, I'm on the verge of getting it done. Oh, guys, I apologize. It's not done. And so, you know, because for me, it's just really important that everything that I see to be put on paper. It's almost like somebody reading my mind and putting it to life. And so finding an illustrator was definitely difficult, but I found my man, Mel Caspia, and he is a talented guy living actually in the Philippines right now.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, he does some fabulous work, and I'm definitely going to be working with him again real soon.
Excellent, excellent.
So actually, it's in our next segment. Right now, we're going to end because alongside this, there's so many other things that you do, and we have to highlight as much as we can. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to end off with another great video of my choice called You Choose.
Do you know what's fabulous? Is that most things in your life, you have an opportunity to choose. Do you binge watch TV all day, or do you actually use the time to pursue that degree you never had an opportunity to finish? You choose. Do you stay at that dead-end job, or do you actually go out there and pursue all your goals and dreams? You choose. The reality is that most people would rather sit in their discomfort than get up and make change. You complain about your jobs, you complain about your finances, you complain about your relationships, you complain about your health, you complain about all the things that are going wrong in your life instead of going out there and trying to make a change. At the end of my life, I would rather know that I went out there and with every fiber in my being attempted to make a change for the better. So the question belongs to you. Do you sit and complain about all the things that are going wrong in your life? Or do you actually go out there and attempt to make change? The choice belongs to you.
Inside my house, water come down, we could move nothing, I lost everything I have. Clothes, I get to take out that in just a few please.
Celebrated author Beverly Cleary says, if you don't see the book that you want on the shelf, write it. So I did.
Did it. You did it.
Yeah, man.
So technically, because I like to, put my own self on blast, we're supposed to be talking about the book now, but it's still a good drop. Yeah, I'll put myself on blast. It was still a good drop, no?
Yeah, it is.
You did it.
You did, man.
I appreciate it.
So
man.
proud.
Thank you so
Very
For real,
good.
man. I'm so proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
You know,
Man.
coming where we're coming from, and especially seeing, of course, the pitfalls of choosing the other side of the, the tracks,
Yes.
right? And knowing that we've made it.
Absolutely.
We not be exactly where we are, but you know what? Like, we're doing the things that we were now set out to do.
Yes.
Right? And we are making a difference.
Yes.
So once again, I'm so proud of it.
Oh, man.
So proud.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we're seeing videos and videos. And we do a lot of the stuff talking behind scenes. I'm like, we should have saved it. It would have been so much more organic. But it's okay. So tell us about all the other work. We know there's one thing that you are attached to, and it's in the name of your book,
Yes.
Brothers from the Six. Talk to us about the origin, the genesis of that, because it's pretty much led to this. You've kept it's in your brand.
Absolutely.
This is part of your brand.
Yes, yes. And I do got to say, yes, Brothers from the Six is a nonprofit organization that I've headed up, and I still do today. And all the proceeds of this book is going to go to Brothers from the Six because,
Beautiful.
number one, like we talked about, it's important for our kids to know that there's role models out there. But number two, the money coming back from the sales of this book will go towards projects that we're doing with Brothers from the Six.
Excellent.
So, yeah, Brothers from the Six is an organization that started going back maybe about 3.5 years ago now. And the whole idea is really just to get some guys together and just make a difference in our community. Like Dave alluded to, that there's so many paths that we could have chosen. And because we decide to stay on a certain path, we found a level of success. Now I realize where I am now in life, I can give back to someone who's younger than me and show them certain things that I'm hoping that's going to help them along their journey. I can do that by myself, but it's better if I can grab some other guys and do that. And so I've done that, absolutely. I've done that with Brothers from the Sixes, myself and some friends of mine that came together, and we're really just trying to make a difference within our community. And so we've done that with different initiatives.
Excellent. Let's go through some of the objectives. I took this from the website. So the first objective was to stand as a positive role model, as you mentioned, right, and mentors, right, to assist the youth by giving them life skills and techniques needed to navigate their success. Now, what would that look like, to say now, in an open forum session with children, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Giving the kids the techniques they need, and that really is just wisdom, having a role model, having someone that they can look at. Sometimes, you know, growing up, I can remember, Dave, that we really didn't really have that role model at times. And I remember distinctly, there was a time that in my life I wanted to be an obstetrician because there was a certain character on TV. I don't know if we're allowed to say his name anymore, but he was an obstetrician on TV, right? The lead character.
Yes, you can go ahead and say his name. Yes, you can.
Is he start with a P?
No.
Yes, you can still say his name.
Mr. Huxtable.
Mr. Huxtable. That's right.
And so,
that's right. Mr. Huxtable.
But yeah, there was a time that I wanted to be an obstetrician because I saw someone who looked like me who was an obstetrician. Now, if I knew somebody in real life who was doing that job, maybe that would help to reinforce it. But again, it's being that role model for these kids now, where they can have someone they can call and say, listen, I got this problem. These are the things I'm going through, because although things have changed, a lot has stayed the same. And so these kids are dealing with a lot of things that we have dealt with. And because we're older now, we can bring some wisdom to them. So we want to make sure that we give them the tools that they need to be successful. Sometimes that means if somebody's looking to become, you know, for argument's sake, a whatever job it might be, someone wants to be an architect. In my realm of people that I now know, maybe I know an architect and I can get them in contact with that individual. Or maybe I don't know one, but Dave, you do know one.
Right.
And so, you know, we can reach out to the people who have grown up in the city, who have loved the city for years and are doing great things, and give those resources to the children. And that's what we want to do with Brothers from the Six as well.
Almost sounds like a fraternity.
Absolutely. Just like a fraternity, the
that's
brotherhood,
what it sounds like.
the sisterhood, that's exactly what it's about, because we have to look after the next generation. They are the ones who are going to grow up and run the city, so to speak, at some point or the other. They are the ones that are going to take care of things. So if we make sure that they are okay, then we know we've left things in good hands.
Yes.
Yeah,
for sure.
we have to be, you're right, we have to be the example.
Absolutely.
Even when it's hard.
It can be downright difficult sometimes.
But even letting the students know that, like I'm sure in your talks, you don't just talk about the good, you talk about some of those bad things that you've had to go through in your life, right? Because those are the ones that really
they hit home.
Those are the ones that are
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. You know, one of the stories I tell the kids is 2005, I had lost a cousin to gun violence, the year of the gun in Toronto. And I talked to these kids and I let them know what that was like for me, because I was really drawn. There was a part of me that wanted to do good, that wanted to be the stand-up role model, but there's the other side of me that, you know, pieces I learned from the hood growing up that really want to go out there and seek revenge. And I really had an internal battle within me in terms of which way I was going to go with things. And because I decided to go the way that I've gone now, I can use my voice. I can use the energy that I have to go out there and save a life. So rather than going out there and taking a life, which was going through my mind back in 2005 when I lost my cousin, and having the family of the murderers feel the exact way how my family and I felt, I now have realized I can take that power, that energy, my voice, and make a change. So maybe my voice can prevent the next shooting. Maybe my voice can prevent the next teenage pregnancy. Maybe I can prevent the next child who decides that he wants to give up on life and commit suicide.
Right.
You know, I don't know where my words travel to, and I've actually have had some real positive feedback in terms of some of those kids who have considered going down those paths, and because of my words, they've changed their thinking.
That is like
amazing,
powerful.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing run. God is extremely good, and I just continue to use this blessing that I have just to reach as many kids and adults as I can as well.
That's crazy. See, so this is why I had to show. You see why that lead up of all the great people who've been on the show and how I had to like. This is powerful, and no, because you know we are about to go through a little bit of a transition, which we're going to talk about soon. And you being here, like I'm very thankful that you're able to bring this message. And I hope you continue to. Because, again, I'm always seeing your videos, man. I'm just like, this man can talk. He just motivates me to choose. I'm like, which pair of shoes am I going to choose today? Which pair? Yes.
Oh, man.
You know, I tell you this, you know, like some of our parents, you know, and our foreparents, right? We didn't get a chance to go out and document what it is that we needed to do. Right.
True.
And one thing I definitely appreciate the fact, right, is that you're getting a chance to document.
That's right.
Yes.
Right, which is so important when it comes to now telling our story.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah, giving that opportunity to others to do the same as well is huge. Like YouTube is huge now, obviously, and a lot of social media, and gives people an opportunity to really, you know, like you said, document what they're doing. But I think it's important that we really pick and choose what we're going to put out there, because the videos, the screenshots, whatever it is that you're putting out there represents you.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we all have growth in our lives. What I'm talking about now is not what I was talking about at 19, at 14.
Right.
But, you know, we're going to grow as human beings. But we have to be really mindful of what we're putting out there, because it does represent you. And it is your brand. Wherever it does fall in your lifetime, it does represent you and your brand.
I love it. So, to talk about your brand, we're actually going to say goodbye to Jeff and say thank you.
Thank you so much.
Where can they
Appreciate
find
it,
you
guys.
quickly before I put on this last video?
You can find my podcast, Motivating from the Six, on Google Play and iTunes. And you can find me all over social media, Jeff A.D. Martin.
That's right. And to continue with his brand, let's take a look at this last video.
All right, a little deformed. Kathy.
So, thank you very much again, guys. Give yourselves a round. You still got some brothers behind you, by the way.
Charles, is that where you're gonna be? Just like turn this way? Yeah, that's good. All right, we're good.
Change. It's like a kid playing in the sandpit. Change is no routine, yet it is constant. Perhaps it's the never-ending hand on the clock, or the change of time. Perhaps it's the seasons, one lined up after another. But what if that's just the surface? Could there be more to change as you dig deeper? It's there the very moment we are born, and perhaps the very pinnacle of our life, yet why do we not see it? Why do we never admit that we have changed? Perhaps we don't want change because we need change. Maybe change isn't the stepping stones to reaching our goals. And maybe change isn't any of them, because it's all of it. Change is moving forward.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So there's a face at the end of the table. I can't. I really, really can't right now. I'm telling you that I'm doing my best. Welcome back, guys. So change. Let's just talk about change and transition, change and transition. So the talk about change and transition is that I will be taking a step back from the show for a little bit. And of course, that means that I'm leaving Mr. Rankin to hold down the fort. Now, in doing so, I've had to think of how are we going to transition? Like, what are we going to do? Because y'all know Dave. Dave don't talk. He doesn't. This is going to be a real long 8 weeks of just no talking Dave.
I'm just going to sit here and do this all
Roll
day.
the clip.
Play this one. Play that one.
It's going to be like 40 minutes of video clips. And
That's
Dave
right.
saying like, that
2
was
words.
good.
2 words.
You got it. Learn. Next clip.
That's not bad. Sounds like a new age rap song right
It's
now.
kind of, yeah.
No,
kind
it's
of.
not new age. We can understand what you're saying.
That's true. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to be introducing a segment. And actually, Dave was like, you sound kind of like Oprah. Like, we are going to have like, it's almost like a Dr. Phil thing. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to have a segment on Here to Help You called Brothers Helping Brothers. I thought it was so significant that we had Jeff here today because it kind of was like a nice flow in. But that's how things work. When the universe wants to align, it is aligning. You can't even stop that. So I'm now going to legit just pass over the torch. Why? I can pass over the mic, right?
Sure.
I can. Dave, say something. No, okay.
See, it's Michelle right here. It's
okay,
Michelle.
but I'm touching the mic. Okay.
That's fine.
And I'm going to pass it over and say, honestly, Dave, like it's been a ball working with you.
Thank you.
And I think it's time that we evolve as a show. And this is why we're grudgingly.
Grudgingly? Wow.
What an endorsement.
No, honestly, there could be no better person to work with Dave than Lawrence, because Lawrence is the only one as idiot as me. Confirmed.
I'll take that.
So he will bring out Dave's personality just like I do. So how this actually happened was we were doing a shoot a couple days ago. And speaking of which, where are my pictures?
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. What happened tonight?
Thank you. You said that on Sunday. Tuesday now. So we were doing a shoot, and while I was obviously primping and, doing me, they were chit-chatting. In my head, I was sitting there thinking, like, because Dave, again, doesn't talk. So if someone can get a conversation out of him, I'm wowed. Like, I'm floored, right?
That's not
true.
Impossible.
You see what I'm talking about? Like, one
Roll
word.
the clip.
That's beautiful, Dave.
Thank you very much.
You've been learning, guy. So you're between idiot and idiot. It's just kind of like, it's like an osmosis that's happening right here. So I listened to them and I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to. Lawrence is busy. I'm not going to bother him. And it was the Saturday we were speaking, and Lawrence said, Simone, I'm thinking, Lawrence, he's all over the place. I'm thinking, Simone, I think we're going to do a show with Dave. Brothers helping brothers. think it'd be a good idea. And I'm just like, how did he even like know? I'm like, let me just tell Dave, right? So of course I like blind. Dave walks into the car. I'm like, you're doing a show with Lawrence.
That's exactly how it happened.
I just kind of told them, and he's like,
not hi, hello, none of that. They just,
you're doing a show with Lawrence. Listen to this. I was so excited. So of course, in normal Dave fashion, Dave is like, all right. No argument, no question about it. He's like, yeah, sounds, I don't have to talk as much. Yeah, this works out. This is perfect. So I'd like to introduce to you guys, and we have to talk about how often you're going to come on and stuff, but for sure, at least once a month.
Yeah.
At least once a month.
At least.
We're going to have Mr. Lawrence Kerr. I forgot your name for a minute. I was going to call you Taylor.
E. You forgot the E.
You forgot the E.
Yeah.
His brand. Okay. Lawrence E. Kerr to the Here to Help You family. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, Dave, you have... Yeah.
It's so much. No, you're done. You're done. It's us now.
It's all right. I'll hug you later, okay?
Wow. That was quick, boy. Okay. Let me at least do the interview, okay? Can I get past this so you guys can kick me out?
Sure.
So, Lawrence, what do you see this show evolving into be, especially when you join in with this Brother Helping Brothers? What's your initiative with this?
Well, you know what? Like you said, sitting down and vibing with Dave, it's always a really good conversation.
Yes.
And for whatever we talk about, it gets deep. So we were watching some videos.
We were, weren't we?
And it was just about the music and how it went from just the construction of the music, the backgrounds, the influences, and everything else. So really just just guys talking, and it's our perspective and taking that vibe, and and then transitioning that to how do we put that to on a higher level, and talk about deeper things in the community, right? That some of the topics that may not get out there or aren't being discussed, and again from our perspective, and a completely different take from two completely different personalities.
Completely different. Dave's still to talk. You don't believe me.
Listen, man. We're like, you see, you have like a shiny quarter, this beautiful quarter. You just found it's just a rare quarter, right? And of course, the quarter has two different sides. That's what this is.
Oh no! You all of a sudden he's a wordsmith. Now he's talking about sides of coins and things. Now you're Confucius. Okay.
No, that's always
no
been.
No con.
So Dave has a list of words. Lawrence, let me get you caught up with Dave on Here to Help. Dave has a list of words that you can't say. You can't call this mic.
Okay.
This is not a mic.
Hold mic.
Men don't hold mic.
Okay.
Yes, we
okay,
hold
so
Michelle.
That was Michelle.
Yes, we hold Michelle.
Gotcha.
Certain things you need to know about. I'm passing the torch, so you gotta know. Can't use the word con. No contract.
Okay.
We do an agreement. No con.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Any more?
There's one more. I'm unsure if I can say this. So you cannot use, let's just say this. Don't ask Dave to look up anything in the dictionary.
Okay.
No. Lexicon, book of definitions, no problem.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm okay with all three.
You're okay with that?
Cool.
There's a certain things you need to know. What else do you know about Dave? You have to take care of the creative component of it.
Wow.
Okay, you need to elaborate a little more on that.
No, right. It's a dual process. No,
okay. Okay.
If there's any research that needs to be done, don't even start it. Just hand it off to Dave.
Okay.
That, I'll tell you, if you want research done, just hand it to Dave. Dave will be like, yes, this man can find, I don't know where he finds the information from sometimes. Like, where did you even find this from, guy? He can research.
Indexer.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Indexer. Oh, it's not the word. I was going to say, you used it, but you didn't. So I'm interested to see kind of where you guys are going to go with the show. Dave, what are your thoughts coming into it? Because I did spring it on you. Sorry.
She did, right? And I'm excited. I'm excited to work with new people. I'm excited to take this to wherever the level that it needs to be. Like Lauren said, I mean, there are issues out here that we're facing that simply does not get shed light. Like, for instance, the man whose child, he can't see his child, but yet, of course, he still got to pay support, right? So, I mean, like, some of those issues, right? So, like, of course, very heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, of course, we won't always go that heavy, but still, I mean, we're men, we have opinions, right? And more importantly, like, we have something to offer for our community.
Okay, so what should you guys have to look forward to? Lawrence, any final words before you take over Mashua?
I'm just borrowing your chair for a short period of time. So you can have it back. I'll keep it nice and warm for you.
Thank you. That's what you have to say?
Yeah, that's it. I'm not taking over anything. Just, I'll be here for a little bit, adding my perspective and my vibe, my energy, my craziness.
So I do appreciate everyone for hanging out with us through this chapter of Here to Help You. We're transitioning again, and change, like anything, is a little bit scary.
It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day.
You say that now.
The world keeps turning.
So that camera turns on, and they're just going to be
turning.
like, so Lawrence wasn't this week?
Roll the clip.
Poor you, Dave. Don't worry. We'll take care of you. Don't worry. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of our show. Thank you for being a part of us. Thank you for Lawrence for coming in and just making an appearance, just to kind of let people know that you're going to be here. You're going to be part of the TCN Network crew.
Okay. That's big things.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited I'll be getting my pictures.
Yes, you will.
Thank you. And Anisha, certain things for you to remember. That's his camera, and he likes camera 2.
Yeah, camera 1, no, camera 2.
You guys have a wonderful Tuesday afternoon.
Peace and love, family.
Peace and love, you guys. Thank you.
Have a picture-perfect day.
Thank you.